I'm here at the Asus ROG booth at CES 2025, and before I get into the nitty-gritties, I spotted Linus. So let's ask him a very important question. Hey Linus, just judging by my accent, where do you think I'm from?
In Europe somewhere.
We like to braai.
Braai?
We don't like barbecues.
I mean, that sounds like it's gotta be like upside down world.
It's something like upside down world, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know which one though. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go with New Zealand.
Good guess, but we're just a little bit better than they are. South Africa.
I should know that. Oh, that's actually really embarrassing. I hope Kyle doesn't see this.
Sorry, Kyle. We really apologize. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be CES if we're not showing off the brand new 50 series cards, and that's exactly what Asus has right here for us. You'll see everything from their top-end cards to some of their less top-end cards, all looking very good, must I say. This right here is the cream of the crop. It's called the Astral. It's a liquid-cooled version of their air-cooled GPU. Obviously, it's going to be expensive, but the performance you get out of this, next level. There is an air-cooled version of this one as well, but let me be the first to say, it's very big. It's really, really big. And if you're wondering how many watts will this need, well, they're reporting 600 watts needed. The star screen at the show here is the ROG Swift OLED PG27UCDM. It's the very first 27-inch 4K OLED panel, but what makes it very interesting is this little thing right here. This is a proximity sensor. Now we know that these OLED panels, although they are beautiful, have one big headache, and that is they burn in. And that's where this little thing comes in. When you walk away, it switches off. When you walk back, it switches back on. And you can determine how far away you want that threshold to be. I mean, 240 Hertz, 0.03 display. And look at the clarity. Now, I don't know whether you guys know this, but Asus actually acquired the company NUC a while ago, and that means they can technically now directly compete with the likes of PlayStation. I say that because look at this. This really actually is the same size as a PlayStation, if not smaller, and it houses an incredible RTX 5080, DDR5 RAM up to 96 gigabytes. It also has dual SSD support, PCIe Gen 5 SSDs obviously, and it's super silent. Like, you can't hear it in this room, but it's really silent. Just for interest's sake, they also have all of the ROG phones here, but unfortunately they're not available in where I come from, which is the lovely land of South Africa, as you guys saw with Linus, but they're really cool. Asus is also showcasing some handheld attachments, making it really easy to game. Not so comfortable, but pretty interesting. This is quite cool. We actually saw this on a laptop at Computex 2024. This technology is what we'll see decorating all of the backsides of our devices soon. I'm pretty certain of that. I mean, a cool use case for it is to display your battery percentage or what time it is. And yeah, there's even a white version. So we have the Strix G16 and the brother, much more interesting, the Scar. But this is interesting. Have a look at what we can do here. Asus knows that we want to upgrade our devices and we need to clean them. So they made this quick release latch. So when you open it up, you have your SSDs right here, you have your RAM slot right here, and you can easily clean it up without having to worry about screwing and unscrewing everything. Of course, all of the laptops that Asus is showing off will go 5080, 5070, 5090, 50 series everywhere. Now, something that's really interesting that Asus is doing is this little laptop over here. Now, just on the normal eye, it'll look something like the VivoBook S14, but it's actually not. They call it a Adol book. And here's the cool part. You see that thing in the middle there? That is a scent diffuser. So if you unscrew it, you can actually put a scent in there. Pretty cool, right? Now, according to what one of the reps told me, this laptop doesn't even actually stay on the market for long enough for people to buy it. The moment they announce it, sold out immediately. It only gets sold in China though. Interesting fact. Now, this caught my eye. It's called the Asus ZenBook A14, and not only is it a very light laptop, it also boasts Copilot Plus compatibilities due to the Snapdragon X Elite inside of it that has up to 45 TOPS. Ports-wise, you'll find obviously not as many ports as some of your bigger laptops has, but I mean, who needs more than 2 USB-C ports anyways? It's also a full HD 60Hz OLED panel, which makes it beautiful for viewing. However, what I really find interesting is the ceruleum that they also have on this. Now, if you're wondering what the hell is ceruleum, let me show you the most interesting way of covering a laptop in a coating of some color. This is all done in one shot, by the way. It's the same material. They take a very dense bath full of minerals and they electroplate all of these back covers. And the longer they leave it in there, the darker it becomes. So technically it's the same color, but not really. Now when it comes to the brand new motherboards, obviously I'll have to show you some of the nice ones and then my favorite one. This is the TUF Gaming Z890 Pro Wi-Fi. It's a white motherboard, looks incredible, can handle 3 SSDs, all obviously with the easy to detach and insert profiles, and just overall some really decent design. They also have the TUF Gaming B860 Plus Wi-Fi motherboard on display. Also again, 3 of those SSD ports. This one's a bit special though because it's got a graphics card release panel right here. Usually we'd have a little button that just flicks in and you'll have to take your graphics card and bend it out, and then you get this. This is the ProArt Z890 Creator Wi-Fi board. And you know what makes this special? Well, besides for the fact that it looks amazing, under here is where you will find an amazing 3 SSD slots. Obviously with very easy single-hand attach and detach modes. I think at the end of the day, Asus really knows when it comes to designers, when it comes to artists, when it comes to general people having to do a lot of digital work, you need space, you need power, and you need it to look good while it gives you all of that. And this is what the ProArt series definitely is doing right now. The TUF Gaming B850 BDF Wi-Fi motherboard is also here on display today with an AMD AM5 socket. It's ready for those AMD Ryzen 9000, 8000 and 7000 series. It's got Wi-Fi 7, 1 PCIe 5x M.2 and 2 times PCIe 4 M.2 slots. And yes, it really is like they say, we've got your back. This is the back connector plate. They call it their back connector technology. And you'll find it right here inside of this case where everything is back connected, and they've integrated with all of their partners. That's right, even with people like Fractal, they're now integrating, making sure that all of these components can actually go into the cases. And that in a nutshell was Asus and ROG at CES 2025. Did you see something interesting that I didn't mention? Or what caught your eye? 2025 is going to be a big year. I'll see you in the next video. This was Stefan from WeDoTech, out.